what you need to do to start a fresh business or even reframe or reset an established business. That's this week on An Intentional Business Life. Well, hi guys, and welcome to An Intentional Business Life, where this week we're talking about how to set up your business right from the get-go, or how to reset or reframe an existing business if it's not giving you the results that you want. Okay, one thing, I did get a comment. Oh my goodness, someone actually put a comment that says, you guys that teach don't do. What a lie. That's the biggest lie. Most of the people who are teaching this stuff are actually doing. I own several businesses myself, and sort of other people I know who teach this stuff. I tell you, the people who don't know what they're doing, they're the people who criticize. I get that off my chest. But anyway, let's get back to reframing. Actually, I'm going to give a live example, on this one. Okay, so when you're very first starting out your business, you've heard me talk about your purpose. What is it you're actually going to do? What's that number one benefit to your client? So it's really having a look at the product or the service, understanding that your business is a product. So I know the words get a little bit confused, but your business is a product, right? Which delivers a benefit to your customers, benefit to your clients, and the benefit that they actually want. It gives it them quickly, it gives them consistently, and it gives it to them with a quantifiable result that they can actually measure. Okay, so your business is a product, and then that product is actually got a purpose. So I'm going to give a live example here, because I think it's really important. A lot of people get into businesses and do them because they're their hobbies, and no problem with that. But you've got to ask yourself one thing. When you identify your business and you identify the purpose of your business, you're going to ask yourself, is that result, get this, don't measure anything else, is the result you're delivering in high demand? Don't guess it, test the marketplace. So let me take you through my scenario at the moment. So a new business that I'm starting up is a chili farm. So we're going to do hydroponic chili farms. Now that's really chilies, I suppose, is going to be the product. The benefit to the client, it will be the actual specific chilies they want. So each market, they've got, each export market, because I'm in Australia, has a specific chili they want, but they want them 24/7. They want them to be dried, they want them to be powdered, they want them to be flakes, they want to be the same stuff made into chili paste. So they want a consistency and the quality of the product. That's what they're really looking for. So that flavor and the quality, the smokiness that goes into some of these chilies, that's what they're looking for. But I'm digressing. I just said to you, my market is the export market. So I'm looking for people overseas who buy those chilies, right, for their markets. So they're my client. So their requirement is that I have a constant supply of chilies that they require. They don't have to start shopping around and, oh, Michael's unreliable, he doesn't have chilies all the time and only get them at certain times of the year, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, but how do I know that that's in high demand? I could look at the $1 billion chili market around the world and go, wow, that's a huge market, I'll do it. Well, and there's lots of people making money at it. But guys, just because somebody else is making money at it doesn't mean you should do it, okay? So part of the research, and this is the first step, is high demand. So what I did to test that, I went out and found out whether there's anybody in the world that would want to buy my chilies if I grew a specific chili for this specific market. So I picked South Korea as one of the first markets because I understand what chilies they really like, and I understand the heat and the smokiness. So I understand the type of chili, and I can get that type of chili, and I know how to grow it. But is there anyone in South Korea right now that are in the market to buy more chilies, that are looking for another grower? Now, you could guess and go, well, yeah, there would be, wouldn't there? But don't do that. Don't do that. Actually test it. So we actually went out to the marketplace and found a buyer. Now, that's one buyer. Is that enough? Well, I always say when things are in high demand, you want to go 10 out of 10. So that means I need 10 buyers. And that starts to get tricky. But I'm telling you now, unless you can identify the demand, actually really write down the person's name or the company's names and have a list of them and go for it, then you can't say it's in high demand. I remember we're going back a long time now, and we were talking about a life insurance to a guy. I'm just watching a guy here just kayaking. I'll see if I can get him for you. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. What a way to spend your morning. Absolutely beautiful. Just watch him go. That's great, isn't it? Just look at those yachts. Oh, what a morning. It's a little bit cloudy and a little bit windy, but what a way to start your morning off. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Sorry to interrupt the show, guys, but hey, life is for just pausing sometimes and enjoying it. So, back in the life insurance days, I remember I sat down with the manager, Rob, and I said, how do you know someone's going to be successful in the life insurance? He said, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make them make a list of 100 people that they know. Now, not everybody can do that. So already you've taken out a whole chunk of people that won't be successful life insurance agents. So now he's got 100, right? Then he says to them, now I want you to ring all those people up, tell them the career you think you're getting into, and could you come and ask their opinion? So they had to ring up the 100 people, and he said, out of that 100, I'm looking for 30 or 40 that will actually give them appointments. And more the better. So that's the next stage. Then from those appointments, they go and see what people think and tell them what they're going to do. And one of the final questions they ask, if I become a life insurance agent, I think they're called financial planners these days, they got rid of life insurance agents. But if I became a life insurance agent, could I come and see you and show you what I've learned and see if you'd be interested? And what he's looking for there is at least 10 people that will say yes. He's done two things. One, he's proved a demand to the person, so they're in high demand. He's also proved they can actually get on the phone and make some calls, and that they're going to be the right person for the job. Now, in business, that's exactly what you're doing. So I made a list of potential buyers for Chili's from around the world, and then I got on the phone and rang them. Because if I'm not able to ring them, then I'm not going to have a business. If I don't talk to people, I'm not going to have a business. So I've got to be able to talk to them. I've got to learn their language. I've got to understand what they will appreciate and ask them, if I start growing chilies, would you be interested in having a chat to me? In the end, what I then took it to the level of was, we're going to do this, and if I do this and I've got a lot of people want to buy my chilies, would you be interested in doing like a letter of intent? So you get first right of refusal of the chilies. You can test the chilies out, blah, blah, blah. And so what I did for that high demand is I actually got the letters of intent drawn up, and we're getting them signed. So now what we'll have is a collection of at least 10 buyers that have signed letters of intent. This is the bit that I say it's about high demand. Now, when you go through this process, it's going to teach you something else. And I'm the same, the chili business is a new business for me, and why I think I know everything about it, I certainly don't. But you think you're pretty well across the board. But what happens is you start to learn the language. You start to pick up idiosyncrasies. And this allows you to structure your sales presentation to these people. It lets you talk to them on their level, because each industry has got a slightly different way of speaking. And look, as you know, I don't get in love with one particular business. I just love business. This is one of the elements I love about business, is that you get to learn all these different idiosyncrasies and all these people doing these crazy, wonderful, exciting things. And I absolutely love it. So If you're reframing your business, and it doesn't mean, I want to just touch on this for the guys who already got a business, it doesn't mean stopping what you're doing now. Don't stop what you're doing now. You can run this parallel side by side. You can actually do that. So you can keep your income coming in, because I know a lot of us who get in that position, we need the money. We can't actually stop what we're doing. So don't stop what you're doing. Think of your new business as a side hustle. But instead of being a side hustle and helping somebody else, flies down here. Instead of being a side hustle for somebody else's business, make it a side hustle for yours. So that's what I would start to say there. Start to run that side by side. Just for the guys reframing, I'm not saying stop what you're doing now. What I'm saying is run this as a side hustle on the side. Have a look at your business. Say, if I was resetting or reframing my business, get those pieces in place. But before you do anything, go and test the demand. Make a whole list of people you think would be potential buyers of products. Go and talk to them, ring them up and say, this is what I'm thinking of doing. Can I come and talk to you about it and get your actual opinion on it? Most people are very happy to help you. You can then go out and talk to those people and then say, look, if I do go down this track, could I come back and see you? And then get a commitment from them. Now, obviously, in the chili growing, we get that commitment, but we do it with a letter of intent. Look, if I grow the chilies, we have a letter of intent that, if I grow the chilies to the correct standard, that you will actually buy them from me. And I'll actually make you a preferential purchaser before anybody else. And it really does test the market out. And it's about not being afraid to ask. And I think that's the message I really want to talk about. And I know you guys are conscious on your time, but this is the thing that I really want to talk about, is that don't be afraid to ask. So many people are frightened of hearing no. Guys, it's already no. If you don't ask, you ain't getting. It's already no. So asking can only change the situation to a maybe, which is still really a no, but edges your bets, or yes. But if you don't ask, it's already no. It's already no. So I don't get the fear of asking. Well, I do get the fear of asking. But what I mean is, don't be afraid to ask. You've got to get out there and ask. So if you're setting up a new business, that's a strategy. Test out the demand. Learn what they actually want, and does the benefit you're offering there in the marketplace, there's enough people who want to buy it to make it worthwhile pursuing. And this is if you're doing a side hustle in an existing business, exactly the same way. Listen to the words they use, listen to the feedback they give you, and learn to ask for a commitment. If I do this, can I come back and see you and show you? Get a commitment. It doesn't mean they're going to buy, but if you get 10, 20 people, 30, 100 people going, yeah, come back and see me, absolutely fantastic. If you get nobody, don't do it. Because I'm telling you what, otherwise you're just fooling yourself. It's just a dream. So ask. Learn the language, learn what they're looking for. You might find you have to tweak your offer or the benefit, however you're explaining your benefit a little bit differently. I'm just looking at Bob behind me. Absolutely gorgeous. So it may teach you just to reframe how you're speaking about the benefit. It may also allow you to identify a customer or customer base that you hadn't thought of before. That's the power of asking. The power of asking gives you real clarity, real direction, and almost virtually guarantees your success. Guys, that's what it's about. Check the demand, customize your benefit to meet that demand, and don't be afraid to ask. And remember, if you don't ask, it's already a no. And I'll see you next time on An Intentional Business Life.